70s folk group that just was a little rockin' when they needed to be.
I never got into Dr. Dog. I didn't hate it or anything. It just never really hit for me. I liked the lead singer's side project, Lithuania.
Mm-hmm. His voice is great.
Yeah.
Where'd all the time go?
Yeah, I love Dr. Dog. I saw him at Lollapalooza.
So yeah, we can go Where All the Time Go. I'll take anything over Breeze Blocks by Alt J.
Awesome.
All right, second side. Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People versus People Say by Portugal the Man.
It's kind of a monster mashup. Monster mash.
I was listening to this song back today. I cannot imagine that while they were making this song that they ever would have expected it to be as big as it became.
Yeah, no way.
Structurally, aesthetically, the talk box sound on the first verse,
Yeah.
like the whistle thing, and then it's all about Columbine.
Right.
It just does not have the makings of a hit song, and that's what I kind of miss.
All the soldiers say it'll be alright. We may make it through the war if we make it through the night.
Jam.
Another band that has a big catalog, a very creative, versatile catalog.
Yeah.
Like I had an album of theirs that was one song, 27 minutes. And all the art was done by the main guy too.
Yeah.
Like they have very experimental packaging on their CDs and stuff.
He was an extreme creative. Constantly made pretty interesting music.
And then obviously they had their big hit later on.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks and I've been kicking this since 1966 or whatever.
Yeah.
That one was a little bit more of that old like doo-wop they were trying to bring back.
A little bit,
something.
yeah.
I mean, Pumped Up Kicks is just undeniable.
Yep. It's an unfair matchup here, but you know, that's the cards they drew.
Everybody Talks by Neon Trees versus It's Time by Imagine Dragons.
Neon Trees, Neon Indian. You know, what's next? What else can we add fluorescence to?
Started with a whisper, and that was when I kissed her.
It's like tail end indie though.
I love it though.
When it came out, I think I even thought it was corny then. But as time's gone on, it's like Oliver Tree wouldn't have a career if Neon Trees didn't
Yeah.
happen first.
Just like undeniably catchy.
It started with a whisper, and that was when I kissed her.
I mean, that shit is gas pack.
They expected this song to be big
Yeah.
when they were making it.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, we got a hit on our hands.
Write me my check.
I don't ever wanna let you down. I don't ever wanna let
Fuck the ukulele, dude. That's all. I don't know. I'm sure there's a setting where it could be nice.
Right.
Maybe on the beaches of Hawaii. Outside of that, get it out of my music.
It's hard to even think of this as an Imagine Dragons song.
Yeah.
Like this is their first little mini hit, and
Mm-hmm.
then obviously they became what they became, which is the death of rock and roll.
Yeah.
When this song came out, I was like, oh, new indie band
Yeah.
making that kind of thing.
Just plucky. It has all the elements I grew to really dislike about this era.
That little ukulele line, which is, by the way, ukulele is how you say it. So
Holy.
yeah, sorry. That little ukulele line does have the same melody as Check Yes Juliet, Are You With Me by We the Kings?
Yeah.
Check Yes Juliet. And that's the first thing I noticed about it. And I used to point that out to people, being the pretentious fuck that I was.
Sure.
You know.
Not anymore. Humble king you are before us.
It's Everybody Talks.
Easily. Low-key guilty pleasure song for me.
Now we have Wide Eyes by Local Natives versus Swing Low Magellan by Dirty Projectors,
Swing low.
which is about the Captain Crunch mascot. A lot of people don't know that.
Yes.
Horatio Magellan.
to see it with my
They feel like a victim of the time.
Yeah, to me it just kind of feels like wallpaper of the time.
See, I love the writing. I was a big Local Natives fan. I like what they did after this. Like, they
Yeah.
had the album that was produced by Bryce Dessner of The National. I felt like they went in a cool direction and made a lot of cool songs, and I was obsessed with them at the time, but now it just feels like just too many drums.
Too much
Like
drums,
they were
yeah.
doing, like, trying to do the thing of the time, which is that weird, big atmosphere folk sound.
Yeah, with like marching band percussion almost.
Yeah.
Swing low, oh Magellan, 9x6.
8x7.
Them fuckers are dirty. The Dirty Projectors hit me in a spot that no one else can hit.
Are you talking about, like,
What?
what kind of spot?
Like a sexual, musical kind of G-spot
Sweet.
kind of deal.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's the voice, the delivery, the writing's always really beautiful. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like secret.
They were kind of music theory junkies and experimental with a capital E before this.
Capital K.
There's not even a K in experimental.
Until they came around. That's how experimental they are.
I mean, it's a way better song than Wide Eyes to me.
Up in Hudson by Dirty Projectors.
Anna Sun by Walk the Moon versus Let's Dance to Joy Division by the Wombats.
Kind of two stink bombs here.
Do you know this house is falling apart? Can I say this house?
One of my least favorites on the bracket.
Can we talk about the fact that this song is 5 minutes long?
Yeah, we can.
I was listening to it and I was like, I know the hook. I knew this song when it was out. Thought of them as just another indie band from Ohio, so I had like a reason to root for them. But 5 minutes? Why did they make this song 5 minutes?
A lot of these songs are really, really long. You'd be hard pressed to find like a 2-minute song on this bracket.
Swing Low Magellan.
Yeah.
Let's dance to Joy Division and celebrate the irony. Everything is going wrong.
I don't know,
I
man.
don't think I was old enough to realize how goddamn cheesy this song is. Let's dance to Joy Division and celebrate the irony because everything is going wrong but we're so happy.
Yeah.
Like, it's like Hobo Johnson level at a
It really
certain
is.
point.
And I don't know, the spirit of the Wombats, I appreciate a little more than the spirit of Walk the Moon.
We
but-
all saw where Walk the Moon ended up.
Yeah.
You know, Shut Up and Dance and like big pop band. And the Wombats, I don't even know if they're still active.
They might be extinct.
I like Anna Sun probably a slight bit more.
I think it is less annoying. Yeah, there's something about that. Let's jump to Joy Division.
Cough Syrup by Young the Giant versus Trojans by Atlas Genius.
How ahead of the curve was Young the Giant here with lean sipping?
I don't think that's even what the song is about.
Guess we'll hear it.
I'm waiting for this cough syrup to come.
See, I don't know. That song is better than it should be.
Yeah.
Of the blank bands, Walk the Moon, Young the Giant, there's a certain surge in indie to have this type of music happening. That one holds up to me. I think it's a pretty well-written song.
Time hasn't done this one as dirty. Like, I thought it was kind of corny when it came out, and I still just think it's kind of corny.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It's almost got a Post Malone thing going on in his vibrato there, too.
Cough Syrup!
I was gonna say no shot that sober.
Massive missed opportunity here on a commercial.
Oh, it was in so many commercials.
Not a condom one, though.
Ah, right.
Trojans in my head. You know, he's just thinking about sex.
I think Cough Syrup's a better song to me.
See, to me, Trojans feels a little more timeless.
All right, Grant.
I'll take Cough Syrup.
Young the Giant moves on. More like midlife crisis the Giant now, you know?
I do feel like this is a proper time to do a bracket like this because 10 years have passed since like the very end of it.
Yeah.
So it feels like we have a renewed perspective on it.
Absolutely.
But it is funny to think about that every band that had a hit in this era are in their late 30s and 40s now. So it's cool to see which bands survived, which ones didn't.
Some of them have had kids that make hyperpop now.
Yeah, that's probably true.
You know, the guy from Cage the Elephant's son is trapping. I don't know.
That's probably true.
You know, the guy from Cage the Elephant's son is trapping. I don't know.
A-Punk by Vampire Weekend versus Tighten Up by the Black Keys.
Finally, something easy. Whoa!
Talk about a band I love and their biggest hit being not one of my favorite songs by them.
This song's a blast, though.
It's fun, but it's a bit kitschy. It feels like it exists for one type of vibe, and Vampire Weekend has like songs that I think are some of the best songs ever.
Yeah, it's still a blast, though.
Reminds me of Step Brothers every single time.
For you.
At its best, it's really close to the White Stripes.
The reason I like Tighten Up is because I liked it before I discovered why I didn't like the Black Keys.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
fair.
I didn't realize they were trying to do the White Stripes thing. I didn't know any of that. I just
Yeah.
found the music and was like, oh, this song's good. I like that it has like the little whistle thing. I mean, it's gonna be A-Punk, but I don't mind Tighten Up. I think it's a pretty good song.
It just, the two-piece, it was just all so familiar to White Stripes, and I was really, really into Jack White. Like, really into him.
Now we got Dog Days Are Over by Florence and the Machine versus Crime Wave by Crystal Castles. What an incredible voice Florence Welch has.
I will say that. I will also say that is some really annoying percussion. Yeah.
And this this song holds up. Fuck the guy from Crystal Castles. though.
Absolutely
An
a
absolute
monster.
piece of shit. Shout
Yeah.
out to Alice Glass. But this song, I mean, yeah, I liked it then. I love it now.
So different too. It made me feel like freaky. I remember like friends showing me this song and being like, "What are we listening to?"
Well, it's like pop Witch House. While Salem and Picture Plane were doing this like dark, dirty version of Witch House, you had Crystal Castles and then even like Purity Ring
Right.
doing a version of it.
Oh my god. Okay, I feel a little bit stupid. Okay. Yeah, no.
That became known as like chamber pop. Crime Wave?
Crime Wave.
Electric Feel by MGMT versus White Winter Hymnal by the Fleet Foxes. This is a tough first round matchup.
Yeah, I don't like what I'm gonna have to say. Song's about a hand job.
You gotta stop. You always, every time we talk about this song, you bring up that it's about a hand job.
One of
It's
these.
like, yeah, I know.
What are those?
Right, no, I get it.
Awesome, man. It's like the magic of music, you know?
My choir class in high school sang this song,
That's beautiful.
like in church.
That's awesome.
It showed what Fleet Foxes was bringing to the table to people who had just found them, in that,
Right.
like, it was very much focused on the harmonies.
Yeah, the vocal arrangement is like, you know, they're the descendants of Simon and Garfunkel
Yeah.
and like the greatest people ever to harmonize. That's like who they modeled themselves after. Peter, Paul, and Mary. I mean, Robin Pecknold's voice is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I like it more than Electric Feel.
I do too. People aren't gonna like us though.
Well, MGMT is the only band with 2 songs in here, so I feel okay that we kept Kids and we had to douse Electric Feel to get White Winter Hymnal to the second round.
It's true. No one really likes a hand job either.
Right. Much rather get slurped.
Exactly, buddy.
Slurped, licked, spit, all that sort of thing feels much better than a hand job.
I mean, I'm talking extra sloppy too.
Put it in that thing you eat with and not that thing you grab with.
So sloppy, I want to wipe my ass afterwards.
Totally.
I want to think to myself, did you throw up, and not care. That's how sloppy it was. You know what I mean? Was that puke? You know what? Keep going. Doesn't matter. Sloppier the better.
I don't know if I agree anymore.
Oh, you're out now. Now he's out. I think I'm out.
Now we got Somebody That I Used to Know by Gautier versus Bruises by Chairlift.
These are 2 great songs. I should do a little TikTok dance to that song. Cut me off.
A song that came from this era but transcends it completely.
The example of like they didn't know what they had on their hands.
It's just so creepy. It's like tiptoeing down a hallway, like all sneaky. Like,
Yeah, it is.
You know?
Black and blue, permanently blue for you.
Fire.
Caroline Polachek. A lot of people don't know that. Caroline Polachek is one half of Chairlift. And this song was famous for being in an iTunes commercial. Might be the smallest song on this list in terms of like streams and notoriety, but it's just cool to hear Caroline Polachek in this context of making this kind of cheaper version of indie pop at the time.
And she still brings something to the table with her vocals and like just knack for melody that separates it from all the rest.
I tried to do handstands for you. I tried to do handstands. I like that song a lot. It's not gonna beat Somebody That I Used to Know for me.
I like Bruises more.
You like Bruises by Chairlift more than Somebody That I Used to Know by Gautier.
Correct.
That's wow.
It's a better song to me.
All right, Grant.
I will take Gautier.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like, it's like if you were in a house that was burning down and it was like the indie hits house and you could only grab 5 things, the world seemed to grab this one and take it with them. You know what I mean? And a lot of that house did burn down.
Yeah, that's true.
There were a lot of casualties.
I set fire to.
I think we all did. Collectively, we decided there's nothing left here. Let's go to the SoundCloud rap house. It's gonna take us a year or 2 to get there,
Yeah.
but we should head over there.
Heard it's fire.
Now we got Dance Yourself Clean by LCD Sound System versus Pompeii by Bastille.
Huge synth stabs, ghostly cowbell, suppressed crazy man's vocals in there. It's got the makings of a pretty great banger.
I like the instrumental palette of a lot of the LCD Sound System stuff, and I like a lot of LCD Sound System songs, but like, I don't really like this song, and I don't really like James Murphy's vocals on a lot of that stuff. Like, I don't know, people like them a lot more than I do.
I like this song a lot, but I do like other songs by them more. But this next song I despise, so.
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like no?
It's like the workers at Urban Outfitters harmonizing to tell me to buy. Hey, oh, jeans are on sale. You know what I mean? Like, it just,
This is my guilty pleasure song. I wish I didn't like this song, but I really like it.
I feel like it's a commercial for a water park that's like Amazon themed.
The company, not the
Yeah.
rainforest. I don't know. It's like I tried for a very long time to not like this song, and eventually I just had to admit to myself that I just like it.
Oh, brother.
And if you close your eyes,
I wish what happened with the disaster of Pompeii would happen to Bastille.
That's a little inappropriate. You want to wish a volcanic eruption on them.
I do.
Hey, listen.
Say it.
You picked Bruises.
Go ahead.
Over somebody that I used to know.
Yeah.
I'm picking Pompeii over Dance Yourself Clean.
I'm taking Dance Yourself Clean. Grant.
Give me Dance Yourself Clean.
That makes sense. All right, now we got Ain't No Rest for the Wicked by Cage the Elephant versus So Good at Being in Trouble by Unknown Mortal Orchestra.
Ain't nothing in this world for free. I know I can't slow down, I can't hold.
I mean, kind of his sassy rocker song.
I feel like this is like almost him doing a Mumford & Sons thing. Not like sounding like Mumford & Sons, but like it feels like he imagined like a dusty road, old Western movie with like a, you know, ain't no rest for the wicked. It just like has a palette that they never returned to.
Yeah, and I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, they made better songs after this one, but it is that one-off.
Oh, I think of it way more often than I would like to admit.
I loved this song when it was out too.
Oh, see, I didn't.
Oh, I was a big fan.
It just kind of lives in like a nasty, like scabbed up recess of my mind.
So good at being in trouble. So good.
That's just like a sweet, good little song.
It holds up. It
Yeah.
kind of plays with some of the intricacies of like the quiet funk thing,
Yeah, exactly.
like the Wolfpack thing, where like you record everything really quiet, but
Yeah.
it feels loud.
Sounds like there's blankets on your drums. Like everything is just like a little dampered.
Unknown Mortal Orchestra has done really cool things since this,
Yep.
and I remember the first time I heard this song being like, "Wow, that is cool."
Let me
Yeah, it's
guess.
groovy.
This is one of
It's
those
delicate. I like it
like,
way more than Ain't No Rest for the Wicked.
levels.
I do
that
feel like
is,
Ain't No Rest for the
really
Wicked is
not
a
that
more
bad.
defining song of this era.
Fair.
By a lot,
then,
but
like-
I like So Good at Being in Trouble way more. Like if that comes
Yeah.
out on a playlist now, I'll listen to it. I like that song. If Ain't No Rest for the Wicked comes on, I go, I remember that, and then I skip it.
Yeah.
One of the guys from UMO actually helped on the new Lil Yachty album.
There you go.
Now we got Ho Hey by the Lumineers versus Ronald Gregory Erickson II by Starfucker. Can't fuck a star. I tried.
I belong, you belong with me, my sweetheart.
Another song I'd play a lot in the locker room to get hyped up to. You know what I mean? Fashion helmets with the other boys. you know?
Really? It doesn't. Oh yeah. Okay.
Hey, I belong with you. You belong with me in my sweet. Yeah, just get me going.
I feel like this just boiled down everything that was going on into one song. Like it was
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're gonna have like the yelling vocals from the background are actually gonna be the hook on this one, and it's gonna sound like it's all in one room.
Yeah, I mean, I could talk at length about why I don't like this song and how it's not stylish, but I think it's important for you guys to contextualize the person I once was. And when this song came out, I was probably messing around with it, low key. I was probably enjoying it. I was just a sick little consumer like the rest of us, gobbling up whatever plate the big industry served us next.
And they served this one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're goddamn lucky that Riptide by Vance Joy isn't on this bracket.
We are. We really
You know?
are.
There's a lot of remnants of this folk revival thing that happened, and this was kind of the end of it.
And that song's still really fun.
Yeah, the Freaks like Starfucker. Like Starfucker had cool ass songs. They were just like another one of those bands. They never hit it the same way that, you know, Foster the People did.
Ask the Stars that.
Right. Yeah, let's go with the Starfucker song.
Yes.
All right, now we got Fluorescent Adolescent by Arctic Monkeys versus My Number by Foles.
Those dreams, but as daft as they seem, as daft as they seem.
As daft as they, only a British person saying daft. left.
That's true. Or punks from France.
French electro punks, yeah. I love the Arctic Monkeys, man. Especially this era of Arctic Monkeys. I was very, very fond of. Just like, it felt like fun from a different dimension.
I just think they were better players than the other bands doing this sound. Like, they
Yeah.
were just tighter, better performers.
Oh
I feel
my
like
God,
Alex
wait,
Turner
you
was a
can
little
just
bit more of a
run off
compelling
that.
character at the forefront of it. He was dating Alexa Chung. Like,
True.
there's a reason Arctic Monkeys right now are one of the biggest rock bands in the world, and the other bands like the Wombats and everything are not the same level.
It's like FIFA soundtrack to me.
It was on FIFA?
I think so, yeah.
Wow. You know what's so funny is, like, I was a big Foles fan before this song came out, and this is just different than what they usually do, but I love this song. Like,
Really?
Oh yeah, I love this song.
To me, it's like just, I remember Gatorade Rain,
Yeah, totally.
diluted of all flavor, just kind of like diet flavor water. It's not holding the tooth to Arctic Monks for me.
I'm gonna go with my number, but I know that Fluorescent Adolescent is a bigger and more important song.
Grant, where do you fall?
It's like the Arctic Monkeys.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
That makes sense. Feels Like We Only Go Backwards by Tame Impala versus Gronlandic Edit by Of Montreal.
Unfair matchup here. I mean, that's the tab hitting the tongue in the movie, you know what I mean? And it like goes into their mouth, into a kaleidoscope. That's like what that song does. That drop is like perfect. And I feel like it played a huge role in introducing a whole new generation to chemicals.
It was definitely a landmark of the psychedelic revival.
For sure.
He was not gonna beat the sounding like John Lennon allegations on this one,
No.
though. Like, this is the song that everybody was like, all right, he sounds a lot like John Lennon. It's just the bass line takes it over the top. He's
Yeah.
just such a good bassist.
The video again. Wait, what room was removed? I genuinely have no idea. Oh my god, I'm stupid. This gimmick was literally already done. Oh, wait, no, yeah, you dash up. Yeah. Hey. GG. Pretty good level, not gonna lie.